Airing to live stream.
Well, I think that's because you have the lovely beard.
Setting up your meeting. It may be, yeah.
You can have the protection.
Yeah, I do. I'm protected. Redirecting. Looks like we've succeeded this time. There we are. Look at that. We've gone live. It's wonderful. Okay, so as you imagine, we had some challenges technically. Let's see if
Hi everyone.
and this is Beth, and I'm Cam, and we're just gonna say hi again. Beth works with sound and healing, and we have shared a lot of music, fun, and history. She's here to support my healing journey. Part of the fun of these things is taking music and being proactive to support my cancer and Lyme healing journey. And I didn't tell you, Beth, but we've already received $1,200.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so that's been really helpful for our family finances. So I'm going to copy and paste the link to the GoFundMe under the video. And thanks. And so we've shared some songs with the International Peace Orchestra. And today we'd like to try some of those in a different environment, which we have some loops here of me playing, and I don't know if you can see, but we have these beautiful Tibetan bowls tuned to notes, and we have a beautiful cello here, and these are the cool crystal bowls, right?
These beautiful little.
Yeah. Very fun.
So yeah, I just want to say how honored I was that Cami called me and asked me to get together and play.
Yay.
I feel so blessed, a lot of gratitude, and I thought we were recording before when I said our intention today is just to bring, through vibration and music, compassion and light into everyone's day and into our world. And we haven't played some of these songs together in years, but I'm excited too, and I'm wondering if I should put my mute on so I'm not too... Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
Let's just see what happens, yeah.
Sure. We're doing a little sound check. Do you want to give me a little cello note? Or?
What note do you want?
That sounds great. So this is
that was delayed. The latency
right.
was really wild.
Yeah. It's pretty freaky to watch the delay.
Yeah, it was fun.
We're trying to monitor everything we're doing here. Well, that sounded great. Well, we've got a cello here, and we've got some songs. We could try any one of them, I suppose. Like, what have I got here?
Do you want to just maybe like start with just a jam on a key and just get ourselves warmed up?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, let's just see.
You know, New Eye's kind of a jam in D minor. We could.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
We're just getting ourselves set up here. Yep, and this is, so we've got a little, you don't see the technology quite as much, but I've got a loop of some of the sounds that I put in from my guitar and some other percussion things, and that will be the verse, and then there's a chorus that's in D major. So that's a little bit, that's our transition. I can play that. It's saying things that I've always said. The difference is I'm hearing. And when we do that, I also have a little foot percussion thing, so I might, when we're out of the loop, I keep time that way. And then we can go back to the loop kind of thing. Yeah. I know, D minor's a very spacey, fun chord. Alright, so let's see. Let's just kind of move into it then. Looking through your new eyes, secret yet perfectly told. A story that's so ancient it's new. It illuminates you forever. I see it, it's hard. I feel it, it's mine. The light is the light of reason. A brilliant shining star. I'm saying things that I've always said. The difference is I'm hearing. Giving away the need for death. Can't you see me turning? sealed its heart. I feel that it's mine. The light is the light of reason. I'll be a child. I'm saying things that I've always said. Differences I'm hearing. Given away the need for death. Can't you see me turning? Looking through your new eyes. Looking through your new eyes. Looking through your new eyes. Wow. Gosh.
Yeah, that's why I like to play with Cam.
Yeah. Very fun. It's very fun to improvise with an open mind. We could kind of go anywhere with that one. That was a D minor excursion for the most part. And we're dealing with effects and no effects and having a lot of fun here. We've got a beautiful cello. Can you tell us about the cello at all? Is it family kind of deal?
I can, but these words are just so beautiful. Looking through your new eye, a secret, perfectly told, a story that's so ancient, it's new, illuminates you as you've never been before. The sacred balm, the sacred om, the vibrations that come from the cello. It's just such an empowering thing to be a part of this vibrational space and to hold this instrument. So, this old fellow is about 200 years old. It was built it's the School of Lockheed Hill Cellos from England around 1790. Although I recently had to have some work done on it, and someone told me that it was perhaps a Ferber cello, which is a colleague of the Hill family, same school, trained together. And if it is a Hill cello, James Hill was hung for stealing horses, delivering cellos to the court. So you can see it was it has wormholes in the back. It was part of a collection. And when I was a young cellist, my teacher acquired this for me because he felt like I needed a really nice instrument. And so this is the baby I've been playing on for close to 40 years now. It's a small cello, 7/8 size, because I have a small hand. And if I want to get it, I'm playing quiet with Cammy, but get a pretty good sound, a pretty big sound out of it.
Right.
So it's not shy.
Right.
But
Well, it's competed with electric instruments and the peace orchestra. At one point, there was 8 of us, I think,
oh yeah,
attempting to be together on stage in a wild
this cello is played in every bar in Madison that's burned down, I think. Back in the day, like in the 80s, I used to play with Liquid Pink and the Violent Femmes and Transcendence Band, and I'd take it into OK's Corral and try to find a spot on a stage that's like half the size of this room.
Wow.
Of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this cello has played a lot of festivals, and I've used it in music therapy, and it's sat beside the beds of folks in hospice care, and I've worked with children for years. I run the Madison Cello Ensemble, which is a not-for-profit that provides music instruction for kids regardless of ability to pay or their resources. And this cello just goes everywhere.
Very cool.
So it doesn't have a name. I just call it my old man. My precious old man. I guess I like old guys.
Well, yay. Well, that was fun. I hear the dog attempting to come in. If you can, she.
Can you sneak in,
Can you
sweetheart?
second? Do you want to come in, baby?
Come on in, baby doll.
Do you want to come in? Or
Hello.
are you shy?
Hello.
All right. We always, whenever we stream here in the studio and have a musical fun, the dog always wants to be part of it.
And I think she likes these vibrations.
I bet she does.
If I play. Yep, she's just gonna hang out right underneath the cello. That's where my dog puts himself right between the body of the cello and my knees.
Really?
Yeah, he's quite a fellow. And a funny story, my youngest daughter's a cellist. And she said to me one day, Mama, I'm going to play Colin Nieder for solo and ensemble contest. This is district festival, and it goes like, So some of you have probably heard that. And I said, you can't play that, baby. It gets really complicated as it goes on. And she said, oh yeah, Mama, I can. I've been listening to you play it since I was in utero. And she sat down and played it, the whole thing.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So,
We have similar stories with our daughter. Emily Rose was, Ellie was maybe 8.5 months pregnant when we were doing Godspell. I think her mum was, she'll kill me if I don't remember the part she was playing. I think
the important part.
the important part. I love you. Yeah. So Emily Rose was a music lover, and a lot of vibrations, good vibrations there. And you know, one of the many bands we played in when she was young, she would have her kind of spin outfit and would always spin in the middle of the dance floor. Once she was
A Sufi.
very much, yeah. We would be sometimes Thursday nights in Baraboo. They would have music on the square, and there'd be like 2,000 people all sitting nicely in their chairs, and Emily Rose would just walk right in front of the band and just start spinning and really unify the whole force field of any event, you know, because when you see a little kid spinning, it's like innocence, you know. Beautiful. Well, yay, we're having fun here. It seems like things are working okay. And another one of our songs is called Earth. I changed the name. It was Earth Lights Back, Earth Strikes Back, but I decided to call it Earth Lights Back, just because that's what I wanted to see. And that one's in G minor, and I'm gonna find maybe a little loop for it. Let's see.
So I have to say, this is one that I played keyboard on.
Oh, you did?
And I also, it's Durango's song, and I just absolutely love it. Again, it's fun to play cello on too. But I think I ended up, I don't know if I played keyboard or cello both on it. So let's see what happens, because I think this one's so intense. But I've got to crank it up a little, or I won't be able to.
Yeah. I'm just making sure I've got a loop that's good.
I was trying to keep my not overpower you, so I'm playing at half
Right.
velocity.
Thanks.
That's a
You
little
have
inhibiting.
a strong voice here with that. There we go. Okay, so that's our loop. That's the chorus. That comes right again. And then the verse is C major, very spaghetti western key. To C major to E minor.
And there's an E flat in it. I'll follow you. I'll just indulge me and
Yeah.
audience. You know, I haven't played this in a couple
This
of years.
is a loose.
I didn't hear this one, so let's see if let's just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll play a lot of wrong notes with bodacious bravado.
Yeah. Go around again. Okay, here comes the chorus. Okay, the verse.
Well, Coyote could be found like some romantic clown, living for the day the circus came to town. He couldn't understand, it was 1934. Dust Bowl hit the land, circus came no more. The dusty winds was dark, the sky was dark and dead. Coyote had enough, joined the circus in his head.
Do that again.
There you go. That's it. And here we come into the chorus.
Earth strikes back, sing sky, rolling thunder. Earth strikes back, mystic changes in the wind. Earth strikes back, sing sky, rolling thunder. Snow turns to rain. A cinematic scene. White tigers all in red, star jugglers all in green. A vision, it was said. The dancing bear was there, admiring in a space. That outer howl and growl disappeared without a trace. When asked about the bear, Coyote said with style, the bear is fair to say is now a Cheshire smile.
Hanging on, man.
Well, here we go. Earth strikes back, sing the sky, rolling thunder. Earth strikes back, mystic changes in the wind. Earth strikes back, sing the sky, rolling thunder. Snow turns to rain. Earth strikes back, sing the sky. was fighting for its life, tired of being shoved. The ringmaster appeared. From Saturn's ring she said, behold the age of man. The earth is almost dead, the earth is not afraid. Its stories have been read. The earth threw up its chains, it's true, Coyote said. Sacred sky, rolling thunder. Mystic changes in the wind. Earth lights back, sacred sky, rolling thunder. Snow turns to rain.
Very fun. Very fun. Wow, we're doing pretty good considering we haven't been together
Since before the
since
pandemic.
before the pandemic, guys.
Yeah.
This is really fun for me. Thank you.
Oh, you know, I can play these songs. I mean, yeah, I just love these. This music is. The messaging is so great, and the riffs are fun, and
Yeah.
thank you for inviting
This is a
me.
different version of me, though. I was playing electric guitar at the time, but I've actually, I don't know, for any technology geeks, I've got two different microphones on this guitar. One of them makes it sound like an acoustic. Lovely sound. It's a beautiful guitar. I could rave on about it too. And then I've
What
got,
is that?
it's a Garrison. It's a Canadian made.
Like
And then I've got all these things on the floor, connected to another microphone, so I can mix them in and out and have them both. And it's like the best of electric and acoustic playing, you know?
You know, I used to be a band. Transcendence was originally called the Ruthless Acoustics.
The Ruthless Acoustics.
Yeah. And, you know, and on that note, as long as we're live, I just want to put in a plug.
Please.
Every single time I've played with Cami, almost, and Ellie, there's been a benefit. So it's for someone else, and I just really feel like it's really time to support Cam and Ellie, and I'm so glad to be able to be here with music, and I hope you all are sending your prayers and your good wishes and your loving intentions, and if you have spare cash, send it, and it'll bounce back at you.
Yeah.
And also, I want to put a plug in for our program this summer. We're running a program with the Sugar Maple Festival. Kids are invited to participate in a Roots Indie Bluegrass experience the first week of August. If you know any child 9 to 17 who needs a scholarship or wants to play, you know, very, very beginners are welcome. And you can contact me through Suzuki Springs of
Sugar
Madison.
Maple.
The Sugar Maple Festival is held down at the Lucia parks down on the south side of Madison. It brings in bands of, international caliber, and we're going to be featuring a group called Big Richard, and playing with an all-female band who are coming to work with our kids to teach them how to jam and how to play bluegrass and do a little bit of root stuff. And it's going to be a great festival. So it's outdoors in the sun, food vendors, games for kids, workshops for beginners and advanced players, and I hope we can get Cam to come down and play with us there. And if you have children that you would like to send to our little workshops, they're going to be the afternoon of that week, and we're going to make sure that any kid who wants to learn how to jam out with one of the hottest female bands in the country, Big Richard, some great women who I heard out at the Big Sky Festival in Montana last year are going to come and join us. So
That sounds
yeah,
exciting.
I want to plug that, and I want to plug, send in your love, whether it's wishes or dinero, just send whatever you can.
We'll have links below the video and things like that. I'll find the link for that festival.
Yeah, I hope some folks come see us there. And and if people ever want a cello ensemble, I have kids to play for any occasion, and we donate our proceeds to charity. So our most recent project was supporting Planned Parenthood's advocacy programs for LGBTQ youth at Briar Patch, and working really hard to make sure that the unhomed kids have access to reproductive health care and mental health support around issues of gender identity. And the seniors who are graduating from our program this year picked that cause, and we raised about $2,000.
Wow, very cool.
And are donating to that. So whenever our kids go out to play, they donate the proceeds to charities or to our scholarship fund, which is how we support our ongoing programming. We say, I think it was Jack Cornfield in a mindfulness course I taught or studied, said, "What is the sentence you live by?" And I thought of my grandma saying, "To whom much is given, much is expected." And the gifts we have with our music allow us to reach into the world. So that's what our cello students do. And
Very
that's
cool.
That's what Cam does. That's what Cam and Ellie do.
We do. We're actually working on something at the moment. A good friend of ours in New York, it does a thing called the Drag Story Hour in schools, where they are transgender and they go to speak to kids, not about converting them or something that sounds very scary, or to some people, which is obviously ridiculous, but they just talk about inclusion and individual expression, and so we were lucky to be accepted as presenters at the Parliament of World Religions Conference in Chicago.
Cool.
With them. So we're going to need to support them financially to get them out here. And the Parliament is going to be off the hook. It's actually early August, the 14th to the 18th. And if we there's an identity in the LGBT community here in Madison called the Trans Handyman, who actually is very famous on the internet. They got like 1 million TikTok followers or something, and they completed their burlesque shows. They had done like a bazillion of them, and now they're moving on to other things. We're trying to organize with them a benefit concert to help get our friend out here to speak at the Parliament, because the Parliament's a great place to, a lot of challenges faced with the transgender community are within the religious thought systems of the world, and there'll be 10,000 people from the global religions in Chicago, so a good place to say hello.
Well, let me just say I love hearing that. My daughter runs the prison program, which is an outreach program for LGBTQ youth in Madison, and we certainly strive to have an inclusive, compassionate community, and if there's some way we can play our cellos to help support that, I'm all in already.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah, right? Well,
and,
we might be putting a little variety show together. We're still in early talks. but that's an exciting thing for us. We're going to try and work on a bit that.
I think in Wisconsin, especially given the politics, and I know this isn't about politics, but I guess everything kind of is in some ways, how threatened our young people have been by some of the candidates running for office, and some of the just tragic hate messages that our young people are receiving is heartbreaking. And so whenever we can play music and make sure that we're speaking out as advocates and being voices that support diversity and inclusion and recognize the beauty and light in every spirit, man, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful to be able to have a platform to say, let's practice love and remember that love is stronger than hate.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you've got a song about that.
I do. Well, actually, we could do the Tree of Life. I'd like that to do that with you.
Sure.
Because you kind of inspired some of its composition, if I remember correctly, and who knows if I do. But I think you were like, this song needs a riff or something. I think at one point.
So is this in G minor?
This one's it's an open G tuning.
In G tuning, okay.
And then I think the kind of.
So I don't know if y'all can see, but I've got these crystal balls down here that I can work with this.
Beautiful. And it's in 6/8 timing. I have a little Celtic As a child, I climbed the tree. I felt like the monkey king. I could see for miles, burning hand from the bar. Head in the ground, roots in the clouds. I could see for miles. Wind in my hair. My boots before these eyes, I'm changing. Now I know why. I believe in the cycles of time. I'm changing. Kenny? Hang on a minute. I'm in my... There I am. Got a little bit out of tune. All right, there I am. Thank you. Now I'm back. And now the riff that Beth inspired. Below a bar, and there's a bar below. Depends on how you look at it, it's all your point of view. So set your sails for the other shore and ride the wind, it's true. There's wonder in the tree of life and love in the morning. There's wonder in the tree of life and love in the morning. Is the riff. The tree is the same, the man is different. Eyes look through new eyes. I still talk to that child. I'm reaching for the sky. Cycles of time, I'm changing, changing, sending riff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do a little fleshing out.
Yeah, but I remembered Patsy. I'm trying to follow Cammy. It kind of goes a little like this.
A little bit,
A little bit, yeah. A little of this and a little of that. Yeah, it's so fun. So fun. So I think I've got like maybe 5-10 more minutes
Okay.
before I have to.
You got to
back
split
up.
because this will
Yeah.
take us a little bit to
Because I have a
collapse. Well, what can we do? Do you want? There was one in A minor which was called The Inner Light.
Oh, that one's always
Or we
great.
could just
That's
finish.
When you and Ellie sing on that one. I
Yeah.
love that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I remember it exactly right, but maybe if I listen and I can try.
Okay. Just tuning up here. It's kind of a lot to ask an instrument to go in and out of a different tuning.
Here's an A. loving manner. It's like I think that's how we started this.
Really?
I remember doing that.
Okay.
Vaguely. Something like that.
Something like that?
Something like that,
I'll
yeah.
see what the loop sounds like.
Yeah, listen.
This one's obviously the tempos are kind of a little more laid back.
I always see Ellie popping to this one. You know, I love the way she moves. And there's this magical quality to it. So, kind of pure and like,
We design ourselves with the facade. We think we're looking good wearing Gucci and Prada. I see through it all. See your inner light. Your product made by God, all skin and bone. These things very taken care of, very tone. I see through it all. I see your light.
Down to the little refrain.
I got X-ray eyes. I'm in the disguise. We all embody and can agree there's a lot more to you and me. Well, your product made by God, all skin and bone. Your body's very taken care of, very toned. I see through it all. I see your inner light. Because I got X-ray eyes. I'm in on the disguise. We all embody, can agree there's a lot more to you and me.
Here comes the refrain.
At times I'm a professional guy. At times I'm a hipster and high. My disguise will leave me high and dry if I forget my inner light. At times I'm lost in the world. At times I'm a lonely guy. My disguise will leave me old and bored if I don't play my inner chord.
It's like a
this
tease,
was
just a little
pretty
taste of
cool.
these songs again. It's nice to know that you're still playing them. You gotta keep us playing these stuff.
Yeah. We who knows? Let's open our palette up. Well, thanks everybody. This has been very fun, and under the video will be links to what Beth was speaking about, and the GoFundMe, and other things that I probably have forgotten about.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Cam.
All right, and don't forget, Saturday we have my friend Scotty. He's going to be playing beautiful piano. So we'll be jamming again Saturday, and I'm going to be inviting more musician friends and guests in the future. So maybe Beth will come back. I don't know. Thank you.
If you invite me, I will.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all.